got a wild streak in you and you're willing to take the risk and set it free, then join Amir Bashir, who's cut himself loose and is about to set the slopes of Gulmarg on fire.
It's called the playground of the Himalayas, and a playground it certainly is. Bound by the Pir Panjal range in the south and the Great Himalayan range in the north, the Vale of Kashmir has fascinated visitors for centuries. I'm headed towards Gulmarg, which has the distinction of being the cheapest ski resort in the world. "13 kilometers from Gulmarg, I ran into a snowstorm. Almost as fast as it had clouded over, the weather changed. It took less than 15 minutes. I had heard that the weather here is unpredictable, but that it fluctuated like a pendulum was news to me. Gulmarg literally means the meadow of flowers. It's a name associated with spring when these slopes are dotted with countless colorful flowers. Before what everyone euphemistically calls trouble began in 1989, it was difficult to find accommodation here without advance booking. Today, if you land here, you're considered crazy. Hotels, as you can guess, are empty, and you pay a pittance for your room.
I must admit I was a wee bit apprehensive when I was told I'd be coming here for another great escape. Nevertheless, this was an opportunity I didn't want to miss at any cost. So here I am, to figure out for myself the feasibility of a skiing holiday in Gulmarg.
Skiing in Gulmarg began more than 20 years ago. The local ski shop hires out decent equipment for about 50 rupees a day.
That's of course if you don't have a personal pair of skis. If that's the case, make sure that the skis are slightly taller than you, the edges are sharp, and the surface of the ski is really smooth.
There are 3 slopes here, equipped with drag lifts, and they are the best way to get to the top. If you're the adventurous sort, try climbing up the slope and then ski down it. The tourism authority here offers a variety of courses, so whether you're a nervous beginner or a cocky professional, there's something for everyone. These courses cost about 5,000 rupees, including boarding, lodging, and the use of several other facilities. Qualified instructors are on hand all the time. The nicest thing about skiing is that it's like cycling and swimming. Once you learn how, you never forget it. The last time I skied was several years ago, and I can't wait to hit the slopes again.
To learn to ski, you need to be passionate about 2 things. 1, the outdoors, and 2, rock and roll.
There are lots of ways in which you can experience an adrenaline rush. You have the short parallel turns, followed by wedal turns. Or the simplest technique of all, the shoes. For non-adrenaline types, you can try cross-country skiing. The 11-kilometer outer circular road around Gulmarg has some breathtaking views, and on a clear day, you can see several peaks. An easier way of doing that is to walk to the Zig, which is about an hour away from the ski school. The views of the valley from here are grand. Gulmarg is the only place in the valley that is what they call incident-free, though other villages in the area have seen the occasional skirmish. Tourists come here in a trickle, a far cry from the early 80s when these slopes were swarming with visitors. Two senior instructors are going on a ski trek to Afarwat, 13 kilometers above Gulmarg. I've decided to join them and put my skiing skills to the test. The plan is to climb as high as possible till 3 in the afternoon and then ski down the slopes. Mr. Dar and Mr. Hajam have done this trek several times. Subedar Gurung of the High Altitude Warfare School accompanied us. Shoaib took the tough task of opening a route for us. We planned to cover most of the journey by noon, when the snow starts melting. I felt great. The incredible views, the crisp winter air, and the deep blue sky lifted my spirits. With such a high, I could have climbed Everest. If you ever decide to do this, you'll need
a good rucksack to carry your gear, a warm waterproof jacket because temperatures can go down to minus 15 degrees, a good pair of mountain boots to prevent frostbite, snow goggles to guard against snow blindness, and of course, lots and lots of energy.
Even if you have a lot of that, you will surely need to rest after doing 7 kilometers in 2 hours, as we did.
Good. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, if it was clear, we could have seen everything. You were saying noon is there, huh?
Noon is there. And
just above that tree. And how long will it take, do you think?
2.5 hours. It will
2.5 hours at my pace, not yours. It'll take half a day, you mean? In your language, it takes 2.5 hours. In my language, it takes half a day. All right. I think we should start now then, before it gets dark.
After the tea break, I was initiated into the art of avalanche detection. This area is avalanche prone, and more than 30 climbers and skiers have lost their lives on this stretch. Avalanche detectors are beepers attached to your body and help if you get stuck in an avalanche. The thought of lying under tons of snow is a sobering one, and I wasn't taking any chances.
Okay, Dasad, we can look now.
It seems to work. Wonder how it'll work in an avalanche. The snow here is over 5 feet deep, and it's best to do what's left of the journey on skis. They're more convenient. Gurung and Shoaib have gone ahead and made a path for us. To be honest, this is the first time I'm ski trekking, and it's not easy. One needs lots of stamina, strong thigh muscles, and loads of willpower.
And
Trekking uphill is a nightmare. So if you're not as fit as I am, you'll be in for a lot of trouble. At times, you'll curse yourself for being overambitious. Visions of warm rooms and sun-kissed beaches will flit through your mind. On the last stretch, the snow began falling heavily, and we had to give up our plans to get to the top. So we turned back. The peak was about 2,000 feet away. From here, Gulmarg is downhill all the way. The thought of skiing 10 kilometers downhill filled me with glee. But first, we had to fill our stomachs. Trek mates usually become good friends. Formality disappears when you're ravenous. As a group, you enjoy an easy camaraderie. Dar and Hajam were acquaintances when we started out, and yet I felt I knew them for years. Snow is a good catalyst when you're outdoors. And now, for what we've been waiting for.
Living on a dream sometimes.
Soft snow skiing is the toughest form of skiing because you have to make your own way down. This is where ski mates get competitive. Who's the fastest? Who's the daredevil? I wasn't in competition. On the contrary, I had become an expert at what Hajam called bottom skiing. Who cares?
I think it was the poet Robert Browning who once said, "Travel, glorious travel, is food for the mind, for you, for me, and for all mankind." And although this is the end of this week's show, we'll be back next week with more food for your mind. Till then, goodbye.